God told me to quit my very stable 9 to 5. Hi becomers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is shullamiteakua. If this is your first time joining, hey girl, hey, we're becoming over here. We're becoming the women that God has created us to be. So join the crew. And if you're a returning becomer, hey girl, what's one thing that you've done to become the woman of your dreams, huh? Guys, so let's hop right into today's video. So today I'm kind of having a heart-to-heart and being very vulnerable and standing on faith to just share with y'all what God wants me to share. And that is my testimony for what's been going on in my life. Well, okay. I'm not even gonna try to be nervous or anything. I'm just going to just go right on out and say it, okay? Because I'm standing on faith here, and God is going to do what He wants to do with this, okay? I'm just being obedient. Okay, guys, so where should I even start? Okay, I'm just gonna blur it out. God told me to quit my very stable 9 to 5 job to go into full-time ministry and essentially like start my own online business. And that is what I've been doing since, really, this is what I've been doing since like July, but he told me this May of 2022. And I'm not even gonna hold you, I'm not even gonna lie, it was kind of like, excuse me. It's like I wanted to, because that's always been a dream of mine. I've always wanted to go into full-time ministry. But I thought that it was going to come later on in life, like later on as in like in my 40s, 50s, like down the line. And so when God told me this now, I was 26, I just turned 27 in August. I was just kind of like, oh wow, okay, so you want me to quit my job? And I'm a teacher. I've been a special education teacher. I've been in education for the last 3.5 years. And so I know when I went into education, it was all from God's direction. Everything I've done has been with God's direction. In undergrad, I was in nursing school, and then I did health admin. Kept on as praying, God, put me in medicine. I know you want me to work with kids, and I know medicine is the way to go. So I was going to be a pediatric nurse. Into nursing school, everything I did, it just was not. I just kept hitting obstacle after obstacle after obstacle in nursing school. So God had to take me through that to really teach me that nursing school was not what he had for me. And later on in life, he was like,
my daughter, I don't call everybody to be a doctor. I don't call everybody to be in the health field.
Right. And so I ended up getting my degree in health administration. Actually, double major in health administration and in TESOL, which is to teach English to second language English learners. And so with that, I was planning on moving to South Korea and teaching English, and then coming back to the States and then doing whatever else I was supposed to do. But yeah, that totally was not the plan of God for me at all. He definitely wanted me in education. If I'm being honest, education came up in my childhood, but I was like, I don't want to wake up again at 6 and then go to school. Ugh, yuck, no. So I exit that. I was like, I'm not going to education. I'm not doing that, baby. I'm not waking up. I'm going to go to sleep, okay? And so it's funny that I kind of came full circle. And once I really became saved and, surrendered everything to the Lord, he was like, yeah, education is where I want you to go in, because there's a population with children that I want you to serve. And so that's what I did through special education. I loved it. I still love it. It's amazing. And I'll be a lifetime educator. I want lots of kids, and I'm going to be teaching my kids. And I'm going to be teaching people the word of God and teaching others about God. So I'm forever going to be a teacher. It's just God has changed the vehicle in which he wants me to do that under. So fast forward, when he told me to leave my job in May, I was on board, but then I was very nervous, because I was like, okay, what is that going to look like? Like, seriously, like, Lord, like, what is that going to look like? But I really didn't start the vision that he gave me until July. So in June, I was actually looking at other vehicles to generate income. So I was doing a course. I'm not going to say what course that was, but I was doing a certain course just to have the background knowledge so that if it came up later on in life that I would be able to use that. But I will say that that course I took was an advertisement. So just to kind of look at how how marketing works, how ads work, how to use that in technology. And so I did that course in June. At the same time, I was doing other courses for self-development. So I was taking classes over things I wasn't too competent on as well. So I was doing that majority of June. And then July came, and I was 2 weeks into July where one of my friends, she love her, she knows what God had called me to do, and I'm so thankful to her because she really kept me accountable. One day she had been praying on it. She came into my room. She was visiting me at the time. She came into my room and was like, I know that you have all this faith that God is going to do this and that for you because he's called you to leave your job, but you still have to have some type of plan, because if you remember, faith without works is dead. And so she said that, and I took it back to the Lord in prayer, and I got a little convicted because I was like, man, God, my bad, you're right. Like, you have called me to do this. And at the same time, he had called me and that other friend to also start a YouTube channel where we encourage and equip his children, the youth, about mental health, and to bring them to Christ, to kind of just teach them that the true liberty in mental health ultimately is in Jesus, and Jesus is who is going to truly give you peace that the world cannot give you. He's the one that's going to give you a sound mind, safe mind, along with using the other tools that he's given us, such as therapy, such as the word, mentors, and other stuff like that. And so we do have that separate channel. It's called Finding the Way. Check it out. It's down in the description box below. But so she had told me that, and I took it back to the Lord in prayer, and God, just affirmed that, hey,
she's right. Like, I am going to do this big, great thing for you, but you need to build the foundation.
So over the next July, August, September, I was like building like crazy. Everything God said, like, do it. So he said to, start a blog. I have the blog created. He said to start writing, and one of the gifts that God has given me is to be able to write. I love writing. There's certain things with writing that he has told me to start doing, so I've gotten those also off the ground. And then the next big thing that he told me to start was this whole thing of social media. And that probably was the biggest thing outside my comfort zone. So writing, I love writing. Growing up in school, everything I excelled in had to do with writing. And it's something I enjoy and is a passion of mine. And so when he said, yeah, write, I was like, oh, easy, a blog, I got this. Yeah, that I can do. Got that blog started, or started writing posts. Like, I was like, yeah, Lord, I got that right. And then he was like, social media. So that's including YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Those three in particular, right? And so that was totally outside my comfort zone. I wasn't shocked that God wanted me to do those things because way back, probably back in 2019, he had given me multiple dreams of me being on YouTube, starting a YouTube channel. And so I wasn't surprised that he said that, but at the same time, it's one thing when you have a dream and God tells you that you're going to do something, and then it's another thing to actually follow through and do those things on earth as it is in heaven. So I was like, oh man, so you really want me to do this? Okay. And I had a little bit of editing experience I took like a course back in high school though, about editing, like way back in the day. So my editing skills was not fresh. Camera work, no idea, like everything having to do with social media, filming, editing, I was like, I have no idea what that is. And then even getting over the hump of just being in front of a camera and talking, y'all, I'm sure if y'all see my first ever video, my first couple videos, I'll probably seem really stiff and really nervous. I might still seem like that, I don't know. But I was so nervous to film because it's like I'm an extrovert in real life. This is real life, guys. Sorry, I'm an extrovert, right? And so I don't have a problem talking to people. I don't have a problem being front and center. Like, that doesn't bother me. But something about talking behind a camera and then putting that content out there, especially like faith content, I was like, oh man, I don't know what folks gonna think. I don't even know how this is going to help generate income. Like, I know, but I don't know. So like all these things was just really had me like in a deep battle, like seriously. And y'all, the warfare that I've been experiencing has been literally insane, y'all. But God is good that he's getting me through it. But it's only now, it is now October. I have been filming consistently since end of July. Yeah, end of July, early August. And so I have been filming since then, and I'm just now in October starting to feel really comfortable about filming in front of a camera and then posting it. So the thing that God told me was to just post it and go, that he has qualified me, he has called me, and I'm able to do what he's called me to do, right? And so with those three things in mind, he recently actually just told me that, because I was really, like last week when I was going through it, y'all, that was why I was going through it, because when God calls you to do something and you don't see the fruit of it, it's like, okay, God, you called me to do this, but you blessed me to live in this fabulous apartment. You blessed me to, like, I moved into this apartment because the Lord told me to move into this apartment. So I'm like, okay, if you told me to do something, then you're going to provide for me, right? And so it's not even about having all these riches and accolades, but it's like, Lord, if you're telling me to go into full-time ministry and full-time content creation, then I'm going to need your help in provision. So I'm going to really need you to provide if this is what you call me to do. And most of the times I've asked him, oh, you want me to go get, a full-time job or a part-time job, like something? And he's like, nope, stick to the vision, do what I've called you to do. And so I've just been like, wow, and so last week, the first week of the month, what is due? Rent. Rent was due, mind you. So I've been obedient, been doing what he's called me to do, been making the videos, been making content, been consistent on Instagram and YouTube, and he has called me to make like funny Christian content on TikTok, which is a work in progress. That is still coming. And so I'm doing all these things for the Lord. I'm like, yes, Jesus, I'm doing it for you. I'm seeing that people are enjoying what I'm posting, at least on Instagram. But I've had like positive remarks and people have been really blessed by what I've been posting, and that really just encouraged me. And so last week, when rent was due, I actually went on a 7-day Daniel fast, and I was just like, Lord, I just need a miracle, and I need to just be in your presence and trust that you're going to work all things out. But y'all, I was boo-hooing, I was crying out to God. I was just like, Lord, I don't know where this provision is supposed to come from. I know you're going to provide for me. You said that you're going to provide for me. Like, I know that you're going to do what you said, but I have no way of knowing where this miraculous provision is going to come from the north, south, east, west, from online to a miraculous money showing in my bank account. Like, I had no idea. And so the first day to pay the rent was October 1st. October 1st came and it went. Okay, I'm like, okay, last day to pay is October 3rd. October 2nd came and it went. And so by October 3rd, I was like, oh my goodness. It was like my faith has never been tested. It has, but it has never been tested like this, man. Like, when I tell you, y'all, I was being tested. I feel like I'm in a Job season, and I was just crying. I had invisible ashes and sackcloth on. I was just like, whoa. No, but seriously, I had submitted to the fact that I was not in control. That God, you are in control, but I could not stop the tears from coming still, because I'm like, Lord, my rent is due. I don't want to be out on the street. And I was just boo-hooing. And so I got up October 3rd, like around 3 a.m. to pray. And so I was just praying. I was crying. I was praying. I was crying. I went to sleep, like crying myself to sleep, but still have faith that somehow God was going to come through. But I was just like, you know what? If it's your will, you want me to be out on the street, then I'm going to be out on the street, and I'm going to be all right, right? And so I woke up that day, the same day, October 3rd, and my dear beloved sister whom I love, she had texted me, was like, you know, God says to pay your rent. And I was like, what? And originally I didn't want her to, but I wasn't going to allow God to not bless me because of pride. And so I thanked her. She came, I love her so much. Like literally, I was like boo-hoo, and I called her and I was just like, what? She was like, yeah, God had actually told me yesterday, and she said that she was already, you know, wanting to do that for me because she knows the situation and she loves how I've been obedient. But at the same time, she was like, she had been praying on it. God hadn't necessarily said anything, and she didn't want to like steal God's glory. And so it wasn't until God confirmed it for her to go ahead and follow through and pay for me, is when she did it. But I was boo-hooing October 2nd, not knowing that God had already like made way and had already like giving me the provision that I was so praying for, right? And so October 3rd, God paid my rent, and I am still in here today doing what God has called me to do, making content, encouraging his daughters, encouraging people, sharing my faith. And it has been the craziest, rockiest, most hardest season of my life. And I'm even just giving y'all the cliff notes. What I've gone through from July until now, really this whole year has been a lot of warfare, like back to back warfare, since like January. But these July, August, September, those summer months, it was something different, y'all. It was something different like I've never experienced in my life. Like, oh my gosh. But I stayed rooted in faith. I stayed grounded in praying. I kept on praying. I was fasting and praying, just staying in God's presence and just reminding myself that God is not man that he should lie, that he's going to come through, he's going to follow through what he said he's going to do. And I just keep reminding myself that he keeps reminding me too that he's with me, and he's giving me strategies on what he wants me to post, what he wants me to do. Like he was like, this season is my season of like intentional content, so intentionally posting things that's going to edify and help other people, and not just be posting, you know, just whatever, you know. And so that is where I am in life. I don't know at all. I'm not gonna say that I don't know what the future holds. It's like I know what the future holds to an extent. Like God has shown me a glimpse, but I really don't know. And timeline wise, I have no idea. I really don't. I have no idea what is going to happen. But I will say that throughout all of this, God has been so faithful, and he's shown me like what is called like mercy drops. When he's giving you a promise and he allows you, he lets the miracle happen a little bit to like see your reaction, right? And then he keeps doing little things to show you that, hey, I haven't forgotten about your request. I haven't forgotten about your prayer. And so like little good things keep happening. And I'm like, okay, you're giving me little bits of my blessing. I know the bigger ones are coming. And so those little pieces are keeping me going. And he did like 2 things for me yesterday that was just so The two things he did was very surprising, and both of it like helped me keep going. One reminded me that God is a keeper of his promises, and whatever he says is going to happen is what is going to happen. And then the second thing that he did allowed me to see that the content that I'm putting out and the content I'm posting truly are blessing people. Even if it's just one person, it's still making an impact even if I don't necessarily see it. So those two things that he did yesterday for me really has had me on such like a high that I've been so excited to just keep going, because I was like feeling down, y'all. Like I was really feeling down. I was looking at my life like, what the heck is going on? I'm still looking at my life like, what the heck is going on? I have no idea when anything's going to come. It's like at this point, everything is submitted at the feet of Jesus. I'm just like, God, you do what you want to do, because I'm really just here. I'm just here in this season. I am not in control. If anything, I have learned so much in this season that we are not in control as we think we are. And so, seriously, like I have no idea what's about to happen. I'm really just here. I'm being obedient. I'm posting what he wants me to post. I'm doing what he wants me to do. I'm blessed because what he has called me to do it's amazing. I love it. I'm so blessed to be able to do it. And I know he's setting me up for even greater things, but it has not been easy by any means. By any means. By any means. By any means. So yeah, guys, I'm just here doing the will of God. And I know that there's definitely more to come out of my life from all of this, y'all. Yeah, y'all, it's been a ride. It's been a ride. I describe it as I've been on a roller coaster ride, and it's like this. And at any twist and turn, I don't know what the twist and turn is coming, but Jesus is the conductor, and I'm just on the ride, like holding on, like, like, oh my gosh. So y'all, yeah, that has been my life these past few months. I couldn't even tell you what else is about to happen. I just know that all I got is my obedience and my faith, and he is going to do what he wants to do, guys. Okay, y'all, so that's the end of my video. So everything y'all seen is literally me walking it out. Like, this channel is y'all watching what God is doing in my life, because I have no idea. I'm literally just here. So when I say this is a journey, y'all, of becoming the woman that God has called me to be, it is literally a journey, and he's not gonna fail me. I hope this video blessed y'all. I really pray that it encourages y'all. I'm putting it out because God wanted me to put it out, and because I really was not, if I'm being honest, I was not ready to share this at all, because I quote unquote wanted to wait till I made it before sharing. But I know that this is going to help somebody, and God has his reasons as to why he wanted me to share this now. So yes, God came through, paid my rent, provided for me when I basically have like no income right now coming in. Like, I got my last paycheck for work in August, and since then God has, just sent me provisions by way of other people. He's been meeting my needs, and he's going to continue to meet my needs.
Is it scary?
Yes.
Is it nerve-wracking?
Yes.
But is that what faith is?
Yes. Faith is the absence of what we do not see, but the assurance of things that we hope for. So yeah, guys, so join the ride, see what becomes of my life. But seriously, this channel is to just help and empower women and to equip women to really become the woman that God has called them to be, because that is what God is literally doing for me in my life right now as we speak, y'all. Like, No cap. Like, I'm literally walking this out with y'all, seriously. So when I say join the crew, I'm serious. Join the crew. Let's create this community where we can help encourage and equip one another, because it's so much more difficult going through something when you don't have a community to support you. And so I know I have my community of close friends and family that know what is going on, and they've been, you know, so encouraging and such a blessing for me, and just them continue to pour into me to remind me to keep being obedient, and that God's will ultimately happen for me, and he's not going to just give up on his dream, right? And so God told me recently, like, don't throw in the towel, like, keep going. And so I'm blessed I have a community that also encourages me and re-edifies what God says to me as well. So I hope this was encouraging for y'all. I hope this blessed y'all. But life is so good. God is so good. I'm not gonna say it. Sometimes I don't be tripping. Sometimes I be tripping. I'll be like, okay, God, I need help. But he always comes through. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all so much. And like, seriously, thank y'all. Yeah, guys, don't forget to do one thing to become the woman of your dreams. God bless you. God keep y'all. Love y'all. Bye.